Responsibility for enforcement must also be clearly allocated between national regulators, as well as between domestic ICT and data protection regulators. Understand and use new cloud technologies. Take account of and encourage the development of pets and other practical means of protecting privacy and enhancing security. And review existing laws to facilitate, rather than stall, the take-up of cloud services. Encourage the development of common standards and interoperability.
The person that you're addressing the question to. Thank you.
Madhu Bharadwaj, the U.S. government, U.S. State Department. I really enjoyed the presentation. I think from our perspective, operability and cross-border data flows are really the key to through their enforcement and unfair and deceptive practices authority. We recently came out with a Consumer Privacy Bill of Rights.
Thank you. First of all, Sri Lanka and ITU for the organization of such an important event.
We are organizing here in Colombo the 12th Global Symposium of Regulators. This is the annual gathering of the regulatory authorities of all the countries in the world. As you know, we have over 165 countries today that have a national independent regulatory authority, which is setting the stage for the rules of the game in the information and communication technology sector. They have successfully worked in ensuring that mobile communication is almost widespread everywhere in the world today. So the next challenge we are facing is how to convert this mobile miracle into what we call the broadband miracle. As you know, we are now in the information society with almost every citizen of the planet connected to the mobile phone. Our next challenge is to enter the knowledge society where people will be able to access more information, more data, and through broadband communications. So this is why ITU actually 2 years ago has put together what we call the Program Commission for Digital Development to ensure that every country has a national program plan. Preliminary set of 25 schools, and it was so successful that government has decided to do it nationwide. We believe that that is a very good success story. So far, I can tell you that the International Telecommunication Union is very much impressed and very much satisfied with the very strong collaboration we've had.
Hilmi Mohammed, Deputy Director, Government Information.
I'm Noordin from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
The day before the last symposium, how was it going on?
Invented by somebody for lack of information. They are always willing to share their experiences. And the thing is that in this field, there's no such thing as a big country, but very proactive. The Director of Development Sector who is dealing with this conference has also added and the referee together to look at the rules of the game together. What can make the game fun, and winning for everyone. Because after all, the regulatory authorities are here to be the referee among the players. Without the players, there will be nothing.
Working with the Sri Lankan government, of course, along with the various other governments and states, in relation to the development of telecommunications. I understand the organization started as the UPU, the Universal Postal Union.
No.
It's another organization.
We started before, which I've been involved in when I was first Director of the Development Sector and then Secretary General. I was Director of the Development Sector from 1998 till
our best practice in PPP projects in its broadest sense, and you'll see them on the screen here. But also, some of the projects we looked at drew on universal service funds to deploy broadband. That's not something we've seen in Europe very much, but in other parts of the world it seems relatively prevalent. And finally, the role of government grants, whether that goes to an established operator or to a new entrant. So there are a range of things here, and we urge countries really to look at ones which are best suitable for your own markets, and often this is directly related to.
And it's not only elderly persons. Again, taking some very solid demographic statistics in the US, 13% of all students in public schools K to 12 live with a disability, and those are young people.
We have not, as an industry, anticipated well what it meant. Requires huge amount of investment. So I'm sorry for those who think that the supply problem is over. It's not. The supply problem is not over, and it's far from being over, especially in developing countries.
La clé du succès est le renforcement du dialogue. Quand toutes les parties prenantes de notre secteur, et même je dirais, comme quelqu'un l'a dit tout à l'heure, bien au-delà de notre secteur. Parce que nous avons passé beaucoup de temps à nous parler nous-mêmes, à utiliser des mots différents pour exprimer la même chose, à parler à des gens plus ou moins convaincus. Peut-être que maintenant, il faut qu'on puisse penser au dialogue avec d'autres secteurs. D'autres secteurs qui sont les bénéficiaires des TIC. Je pense au secteur de l'éducation, je pense au secteur de la santé, je pense au secteur de l'agriculture, je pense au secteur du commerce, et j'en passe. Ce sont eux